Okay, so we've spoken a little bit about the importance of being able to move through your back and middle of your back in particular, and through your shoulder blades in order to have good shoulder function and health. But of course the shoulders themselves have to be able to move, and I think a fundamental requirement for us is that you must have unrestricted overhead range of movement with the shoulders. So all swimmers, this is a non-negotiable requirement, and unfortunately it can be quite tough for people. So I know this is Jazz's all-time favourite position, so we'll try this one out. So if you bring your feet away from the wall, Jazz, and then sit back against the wall, slightly in a slight squatted position, and then you're going to kind of relax against the wall. Now, what we'd like to do here with Jazz is for her to flatten the lowest part of her back so there's no daylight between the wall and the lower back. With that in mind, we would like Jazz to just have her hands forward with the little fingers leading the way on these, okay? You're going to keep your elbows nice and straight. And from here, we're going to lift up to the wall. I'm smiling already. We're going to lift up to the wall, trying to keep the elbows straight and trying to drive those wrists back against the wall, keeping the elbows straight, and come back down. Now what we might see on Jazz's attempt here is the space between the lower back and the wall as she lifts up in the air. So if you do it again for me, Jazz, and just go into your natural position, and we can probably see now this gap is quite large behind the back, and Jazz's ribs are poking out in front nicely. Come back down. Now, during the peak of Jazz's competitive career, this was something that she focused on tremendously to maintain this overhead, because this historically was quite difficult for you to do, wasn't it? It was quite tricky for you to do. So we would expect a swimmer to be able to hit the wall with both wrists, so there is no gap between the hands and wall. You can use this as a simple test, because clearly the closer you're getting without compromising your position, it probably suggests you're gaining overhead range of movement. Now, we're not talking about why those ranges are restricted, but we're just talking about a general quick test to see how far off you are that might identify an area that you should focus some attention on.